checks and money will be arriving on these dates for Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, and SSI beneficiaries in the month of March, plus some important announcements that I do want to point out for you. We've got a lot to talk about here in the video. Let's get into it and talk about the details. All right, March is upon us already, which seems a little bit weird considering we're already this far into the year so far. But yes, this is where we're at, and we've already had a very, very busy year. A lot of changes taking place and a lot more to come, I can promise you that. And yet again, we have March upon us, therefore another busy month. And I want to point out the dates in which, like I said, checks and money will be arriving, plus some dates in which important announcements will be made. Again, another packed month that we know about as of right now. But like I said before in other videos, the further that we move into the month, again, everything's going to be happening on a daily basis. We've got a lot of things happening. Anyway, let's start with the beginning of the month. So right now, today, we'll begin with today. And then, of course, we'll go through the month in chronological order, and I'll point out the dates in which that I want to keep an eye on, as well as basically every other day in between. But these are just some of the big, significant days out there for the entire month of March. Now, obviously, today, Saturday, do you get any payments on Saturday? Nope, not at all, okay? In fact, for those of you that are receiving SSI, you actually got paid yesterday. SSI beneficiaries, you got paid yesterday. Now, obviously, you already know that, but just want to throw it out there. For some reason, as an SSI beneficiary, if you did not get paid, well, then you may want to make a phone call on that, but yeah, you should have gotten paid yesterday. Now, for those of you that generally get paid on the 3rd of the month, this is not everybody, but some people do get paid on the 3rd of the month, which is Monday. You will get paid that day. It's not a holiday. Obviously, it's not a weekend. So therefore, people that get paid the 3rd who are concurrent claim beneficiaries, getting Social Security and SSI simultaneously, or SSDI and SSI simultaneously, yep, it can be done. Not for everybody, but some people can get that. If you're a concurrent claims beneficiary, you generally get paid on the 3rd, or if you've been receiving benefits prior to May of 1997, then you also get paid on the 3rd. That's Monday, and that's when those checks will be rolling in. Now next, let's go out to the 7th, which happens to be Friday, okay? Friday, the first Friday of the month. This is the date that I want to point out really quickly. This is the day in which we're going to be getting the non-farm payroll number, otherwise known as the job report or the labor report. Why is this important? Because it's going to be February's job report. What it's going to do is going to tell us what happened in the month of February, how many jobs were created or lost, what happened with the unemployment rate, what happened with labor participation rate, what happened with average hourly earnings, the revisions for the last couple months, and this is going to be a very, very important report, in my honest opinion, because it gives us a big overview, a big broad look at the overall economy and what is going on there. That, in my opinion, is pretty important because remember, everything's predicated on the health of the economy. And in my opinion, the job report is a very, very important one, and that gives a lot of details about that. So that's coming out on Friday, the 7th. Now, let's go to Wednesday, the 12th, okay? Wednesday, the 12th, there's a few different things that are going on that day. Number one is for those of you that have a birthday between the 1st and the 10th of the month, this is when your first round of checks will roll out, or I shouldn't say first, this is when your checks for the month of March will be rolling out, okay? Social Security beneficiaries, we've got millions of people here the second Wednesday, which happens to be the 12th of the month, and that's the second Wednesday. You'll get paid on that day again if your birthday lands between the 1st and the 10th of the month. That is when you get paid. Now next, we've also have the morning of that day, we have the inflation report, the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, which will be released on that day, and that'll be February's number as well. So we can clearly see what's going on with inflation. Remember, this has been a massive issue over the last several years here, since inflation really kicked off in early 2021. It was expanding very rapidly. It topped out in June of 2022 at 9.1%. And since June 2022 until now, what is that? 2.5 years ago? Yeah, 2.5 years ago. We're still dealing with inflation, especially right after all that. We had some people coming out saying, oh, no, it's just transitory. It's just short term. Don't worry about it. Here we are, 2.5 years later, still dealing with high prices and elevated inflation. So Anyway, this will be an important report because, again, it'll give us a better glimpse into what the Federal Reserve will likely do, where inflation is currently sitting as of February, and kind of the approach going forward. So that'll be released bright and early right away on Wednesday the 12th as well. I'll keep you posted on that. That's a pretty important one. I always like to dig through the report to see what is really going on. We're likely going to see more of the same. Food prices increases, shelter prices increasing, utility prices increasing, healthcare costs increasing, and then a bunch of other things going down, averaging it all out, making it look like prices have gone down. But really, the necessities that all of us are spending our money on are still going up and still have very strong pricing power. So anyway, that'll be on Wednesday the 12th, okay? Now, let's go out to Wednesday the 19th. Yeah, the 19th. We have a couple things happening this day as well. Number one, for those of you that have a birthday landing between the 11th and the 20th of the month, this is the third Wednesday. This is when you generally get paid, and you'll see benefit checks rolling out to you on these days, on this day. If your birthday lands between that range, again, the 11th of the month and the 20th of the month, if your birthday is between that range, you get paid on the third Wednesday of the month in general. That's when benefits will roll out, and you'll see your benefit check that day. Again, Social Security beneficiaries, fill in the blank. Except for SSI, you get paid on the first or the day before, in this case, yesterday, if that makes sense, right? Okay, so that is that. Now, also, we're going to be wrapping up the 2-day FOMC meeting, otherwise known as Free Open Market Committee meeting with the Federal Reserve. They'll be wrapping up their 2-day meeting then. It starts on Tuesday, wraps up on Wednesday, and then we will also have the all-important press conference, I should say, with the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. He'll be coming out then, and having his remarks on the overall economy, answering questions, things like this. And they'll also have their interest rate decision. What are they going to do? Are they going to reduce interest rates? Are they going to hold steady? Are they going to raise? Those are the options that they have. So the consensus right now is that they're going to cut again, but we have some big reports coming out. The job report, the inflation, CPI report, those will be coming out, as well as others that will be coming out between now and then. And the Federal Reserve will certainly be watching those. So their approach, their stance, their posture on interest rates could certainly change in the next, call it 3 weeks or so. It's actually not even 3 weeks. So yeah, certainly some things can change then, okay? That is on Wednesday the 19th. Now next, the very next day, which happens to be, honestly, a very encouraging day for me, which is the 20th. This is totally irrelevant, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway, which is the first day of spring. I love it because finally the birds are out chirping, the weather's warmer, the sunshine feels a little bit nicer these days. I just really look forward to it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like winter, but I don't like being cold constantly, 24/7. It's just kind of obnoxious. So anyway, that's just a little bonus day I wanted to throw out there for you really fast there. That's the day as well, which is Thursday the 20th. Now let's go out to the 26th of the month. The 26th is the fourth Wednesday of the month. And this is for those of you that have a birthday landing between the 21st and the 31st of the month. If your birthday lands between this range, you get paid on the fourth Wednesday of the month, and it just so happens to be March 26th. So if that's the date that your birthday lands between, again, 21st and the 31st, then you get paid on the fourth Wednesday, and checks will be rolling out to you on that day, which is March 26th. Okay, so there you go. And again, yes, I've had this question so many times before in the last couple months here. I've had people reaching out saying, hey, when am I going to get my COLA? You already got it. You got your COLA as of your January payment. Right? So right away in January, whenever you got paid in January, doesn't really matter when, but when you got paid in January, that included your COLA. So yes, that'll be in effect through the entire rest of this year. Through the entire rest of the year, you'll have your payment here, including your higher COLA, and yes, also including the higher Medicare Part B premium, which is that $10.30 increase over last year, up to $185 per month is what that is, okay? So just want to throw that out there. I've seen a lot of questions coming in saying, hey, I didn't get the COLA. Yeah, we did get it. It just doesn't feel like we did because the first off, the COLA is very small, and then the Medicare Part B premium was so high that it kind of canceled each other out. Is that going to make sense for a lot of people, especially the lower income beneficiaries? The lower your benefit, the more the Medicare Part B premium took away your money, if that kind of makes sense, on a percentage basis. So anyway, I hope this helps you. Again, this is just what we know now. These are the big ones. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a bunch of other big announcements coming out, but these are just some of the important ones that impact our money, our finances, our benefits, the overall economy. That gives us a better perspective on that. And again, like you've heard me say before in other videos, The distribution of stimulus checks or the approval of or anything like that, any type of money type like that is always predicated on the economy, okay? And like I said, the labor market, the job market, the non-farm payroll number, the CPI, all of these numbers and the reports out of the Fed give us these details as far as what may be happening. That's why I like to watch those and why I like to point those out, because those gives us a big, broad overlook of the economy and what's happening there. Make sense? Anyway, I hope this helps you. As always, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below in the comment section. Otherwise, if I'd ask a huge favor of you, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. There's a big subscribe button down below. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being here. Also, if you can think of one or two people that benefit from this information here in the video, or that benefit from knowing me and or this channel here, please feel free to share this video. There's a share button down below as well. Again, thank you. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library, or down below in the description or the top of the comment section. I've hand selected some very popular videos for you there. Check those out, or right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos popping up. Thank you so much. Please take your selection now. Have a nice day. And I'll keep you posted. I'll be right here for you every single day, right by your side. I will not deviate from that. I promise you, I'll be here for you. Otherwise, enjoy.